Hey guys, welcome to the third tutorial on speeding up your computer. In this segment we're going to be talking about RAM and your computer's free hard drive space. Now, RAM is the random access memory that your computer has and uses to store information and give out information. Now, a good amount of RAM to have would be 4 gigs, in my opinion. If you're running Windows 7 or Vista, definitely 4 gigs or 3 gigs. But a 2 gig and 1 gig is now really not very common, and usually computers that are old with Windows XP have that. Now, if you have even 4 gigs and you want a little more, it's best to have more. So we're going to change the page filing system. Now what that does is it takes some of your free hard drive space and turns it into RAM. For that, just make sure that on my computer that your hard drive has enough space. Now my hard drive is pretty empty, so I'm good with that. Now if your hard drive is really full, you might want to consider uninstalling programs that you don't use anymore, because the hard drive should really be empty. It speeds up the computer and it makes your computer seem clean. You need to have a clean environment. Like my desktop right now, you can't see anything, but I only usually keep maybe 3 or 4 icons, and those are only folders on my desktop. Other than that, my desktop is completely empty. Anything you download after installing, delete that, put it in your recycle bin. Don't keep the desktop cluttered with a whole bunch of icons, because that's just going to slow down the computer even more, and especially on booting up, when it has to boot up all those icons. I've seen people with their whole desktop filled with icons and of unnecessary things like installation files. So try to clean up the desktop. Maybe keep 1 row of icons and that's it, max 2 rows. So what we're going to do is go to Start, and you're going to right click on your computer and you're going to click Properties. From Properties, go ahead and click Advanced System Settings. Now in the Advanced System Settings, go to the Advanced tab, and right here where it says Performance, you're going to click on Settings. Now here's a part of the computer that you can speed up, and this is a huge speed up. However, people don't like to choose this part. This is the Visual Effects tab. Now if you click Adjust for Best Performance, this whole computer is going to turn into the old graphics, like the graphics that used to be there in Windows 98. Now nobody really wants that, but that is the fastest. If you want the computer to be super smooth and you really don't care about how it looks, go ahead and click Adjust for Best Performance. Other than that, click Custom and disable the shadows under the thumbnails, and just anything that's really effective but you don't really want that. Or other than that, if you really don't know what you're doing here, or you don't know what you want, go ahead and just click let Windows choose what's the best for your computer. Now back to the RAM, you're going to click on Advanced, and here you're going to make sure that Adjust for Best Performance of is on Programs, which it should be, and Virtual Memory is what we're going to change. Now you're going to click Change here. Now over here you should see the recommended amount. Now I just go with the recommended amount. You can even go higher than that if you want to give your computer even more page filing. And 4977 is about an extra another 4 gigs of RAM. Now you're going to click on Custom Size and check your recommended value and set that for both initial and maximum size. Mine is 4977. Once you do that, go ahead and click Set and click OK, Apply, and OK. And that will prompt you to restart the computer, and when you do restart it, you're going to have more page filing. Now we're not done from there. Once you have the page filing done, we're going to go ahead on CCcleaner, and we're going to make sure your hard drive is cleaned up. Run the cleaner. You can run the registry if you like, and in Tools and System Restore, you can remove all the restore points that you don't need. These take up a lot of space in your hard drive, so you can go ahead and click on these and click Remove, and it'll delete it. You really don't need most of them. You could keep at least 1 just in case something happens. On the startups, make sure you disable any unusual startups and uninstall any programs you do not need. I cannot stress this enough, because when you download stuff, You don't want to use it anymore. You delete it from your desktop and you think it's gone. It's not. It's still in the computer. So go ahead and click on it and click Run on Installer and uninstall the program. Another reason why your computer may load up things slow is because it's fragmented. Now, fragments means that if a software is big, the computer will split it into parts and send it out in other areas. Now, that's going to take the program longer to open because it's going to take the computer longer to find every part of the program. What you're going to do is go and download Defraggler. I have left a link in the description below. And what Defraggler does is it's a better version of the system's defragmentation. What you will do is you will analyze any hard drives that you have, analyze it, and what this will do is it'll find the fragments in the hard drives. And once it's done analyzing, you're going to go ahead and defragment it. Also, some things can be defragmenting, like the boot defragmentation, because these boxes, the beginning boxes are the beginning of your hard drive onto the end. The beginning is where your booting files are, and then it goes to your page filing system, which is right here, what we just set, the memory, and on throughout your data of the hard drive. Now, you don't want any fragments here, because this is when the computer starts up. To ensure proper defragmentation, go on Settings, Boot Time Defrag, and run it once. Click on that, and what that's going to do is it'll, on the next restart, it'll run a defragmentation, and that's going to help out a lot also. Now go ahead and defrag. You can do a quick defragmentation, but I recommend the regular defragmentation. You know, do that a few times, maybe 2 or 3 times, and do that at least once a month. Along with the boot time defrag, do that at least once a month. Now go ahead, after checking the boot time defrag, go ahead and restart the computer and let it defragment. Okay, so now for you guys who have Auslogics, you can defragment using Auslogics as well. Their defragmentation is very well. Now, on top of that, what you can do now with Auslogics is repair the registry. You're going to want to do that to speed up the computer as well. You don't want registry errors in there. For you guys that don't have Auslogics, just use CCcleaner to fix the registry. There's no problem in that at all. And this is the basics on speeding up the computer using speeding up the RAM and speeding up the hard drive. The next tutorial will talk about speeding up the computer using its settings.